You're listening to Pro Booth Talk, education and insights for photo booth company owners.
I gotta go.
Well, it's the Pro Booth Talk. We're doing something a little different today. We are calling Fireside, just a group of boothers with no real subject, just conversation. So everyone, let's start with Billy. Introduce yourself. Let everyone know who's in here.
Starting with me, right? I'm Billy Chung. I'm based out of New York City, and I don't even know what to say. I guess that's my introduction.
Hey, everybody. I am Min. Yes. And Sean.
Hey, everybody. I'm Sean No. I'm out of Lincoln, Nebraska, and I am the only person in this group that is not a full-time boother.
There you go. All right. I'm
nice.
Timo, owner of Booth Active. Great to be here.
And of course, Lap. Everyone knows Lap. Welcome, Lap.
Hi, guys. Thank you.
Yes.
What up?
So we'll have to bear with our choppiness, but
Can you guys,
it's something different.
when you guys were introducing yourselves, can you guys mention how many years you guys have been boothing so our listeners can know, you know, where you are in your career?
Sure.
I wonder who's been boothing the most in this group.
So I've been
think
a
it's like-
part-time. I've been
Yeah.
a part-time boother since 2011. I started a photo booth because I needed one for my wedding. Nobody in town had one that I wanted to rent from, so I made my own, and that's how I got started in 2011. So
Hey, you beat me. I'm 2012. So was
Wow,
that
didn't
13
know that.
years?
I'm 2012. I'm 2012. 2012.
I'm 2012 also.
I'm pretty
Dang.
old.
2011, but I was DIY, so I don't know if that counts.
That
Well,
counts.
most of us were
everything counts.
DIY when we started. Yeah, most of us, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I copied Min's
Especially in
design for one of my
2012.
booths, DIY booths.
You bastard. Like, can
It
we
looks
cut
so
on this?
Good.
He made a Sean booth.
Exactly.
No, he made a no-no
Yes.
booth. No.
No booth.
Yeah.
Oh
That's why
boy.
he changed it.
So we kind of wanted to start this fireside chat. We wanted to get some boothers on here and to talk about the industry, our experiences, thoughts on things. So this is really, really casual, I think. We're live right now at PBX in Vegas. Most of us are, except for Sean. He's the only one not here. I'm sorry, Sean.
So sad. So sad.
Yeah. And we have, this is day 2 of PBX? This is day 2 of PBX, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to get your guys' feedback. What have you guys seen on the floor? What do you guys think about everything you've seen at PBX so far?
Yeah,
I
Billy.
guess I feel like I did most of the walk. I went around I went around 10 times looking at everything. I feel like it's kind of underwhelming hardware wise because it's all the same we saw last year. I mean, it's the year of the baseball
Right.
cards, as I mentioned in the community. Everybody in mind are folding their cards, right? So it's like you can just walk around the corner and get a free card. On top of that, basically the AI stuff, I'm really intrigued. It's more software bound now. I think that where we're headed in our industry, we have to get probably the type of software to keep up. Because, obviously we know Breathe doesn't do what these end does. So it's like everybody has their own niche now. It's not the same. Even Pictor has their own thing. So I feel that, this PBX is more about software for me rather than any hardware.
The Really? trading cards is a Software? weird thing.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of these vendors communicate with each other, so I assume they knew that they're all doing trading cards. So I don't know why they would all want to do the same thing, because I think there's 4 on the floor, which is just overkill.
For the cards, right?
Well, I mean, it's people following the trend is what it is. A lot of the higher ups are doing trading cards, so the trend to them is trading cards, so they want to share it with everybody else, so that's why they're doing it.
Yeah.
They want to, you want to live the dream, I guess. And
Yeah, but
with
what
the
do you
higher ups-
guys, what do you think about following the trend though? I feel like you don't have an advantage if everybody is pushing exactly the same thing. You really don't stand out in your service, right?
Yeah,
No,
it's
of course not.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate because that's the way that it happens, and that's why the higher ups, the pros and stuff, they don't like to share because then it gets saturated with people all doing the same thing and you're doing it for cheaper and stuff. So, we just got to come up with something else before
concepts.
it gets watered down, and then
So I guess
spread
keep
to
that
the
innovation
masses for free. You know,
our group, this group, we talk every day. So, how we come up with ideas, I think this year we're gonna have to do a lot of brainstorming, guys.
and that's what you have to do. You know, you got to get a group. You got to. I don't. You know how I always throw like Instagram videos in there, and I'm like, oh, we should do this, or it would be cool if we do this and this and that, and that's how you got to come up with ideas. Is just talking to each other, and eventually something just kind of pops up out of random shit that we send to each other. Can I say shit?
Yeah.
Shit. This is gonna be a rated R
I feel like,
podcast.
I feel like
being able to share ideas, with each other, I think that has helped, us, grow a lot. Being innovative. That's what like what people that are going to PBX and seeing these trends, they're just gonna go. They're just gonna do, like monkey see, or monkey do monkey see, right, or whatever, however you say it. They're just gonna go back and try to reproduce exactly what they saw, but they're not gonna try harder to be different, to stand out amongst everybody else that was at PBX. You know what I mean?
right.
So I think what we need to do is, I guess, go the extra mile to be, to set the standard higher.
I think what makes a difference is if you have put in the legwork to figure it out yourself, how to get it done and how to make it look good, versus getting a ready-to-use item to be presented, right?
Templates and everything.
That's also a problem.
Amen. And I was comment on that. Come to find out, probably about 60% of the people that have come and bought Zoomers today don't even know what kind of cameras they have in their photo booths.
Wow.
No kidding. It's wild. It's wild. I had no idea.
I used to work for photo booth support, so I do have an idea.
Yeah, and
That sounds like an
crazy.
episode all in its own.
It's like, why, it's like, let's just take a step back, right? And if people are wanting to come into this new, let's show them how to build a foundation. First, understanding photography, first off.
Yeah,
Right?
photography 101. I always talk about that.
Yeah, it's just like I was taking photos at SMP, but nobody was there.
For those of you who don't know what SMP is, that's Spot My Photos. They're on the floor selling their.
Yeah, so they have their setup set up, for studio portraits. And, I know how to go in there and like set the timer. So I went in there and I set a timer, and the guy looks at me. He's like, "What the hell did you just do?" Like, bro, don't you know that you can set, don't you know how to go in there and you can like set a timer for it to, take a photo in 10 seconds? He's like, I've never pressed a menu button before. Like, it's wild.
That's mind blowing.
Was that another guest that was at the booth?
Yeah, there was. I took their photos for them because they didn't know how to work the camera, and so I took their photo for them, and they thought I worked there. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna. I'm just here.
Do you know if they're just getting freshly into the game, or if they already have photo
had booths?
No, they had like 10 plus booths or something like that. Don't know how to use the camera. It's wild to me. But yeah, that's what I realized today. Like selling all my my Zoomer products, like so many people have no idea what cameras that they have, or they don't even know what it looks like. They're like, it's wild. I don't know. But
Yeah, I feel like the turnkey photo booths create that issue where you don't know like how the cables connect. You don't know what camera you're using. You don't really mess with the settings because it's kind of preset to like where it works like 80% of the time. I remember when I started, I couldn't even figure out, I didn't know the turn dial had different settings like portrait and aperture mode.
But you learned.
I was totally self-taught. So when I first started, I didn't know anything either. And that's, me and Jason talk about that all the time. Like education is a huge part of what we do. Like you got to be learning every single day, so maybe they don't know how to, but you just taught them something. Maybe that'll help them in the future for the.
Yeah. I had to explain a lot to people, almost like the
I already
differences
switched
between them.
to a different internet because I saw you running out.
Yeah. It's like lab today when we were talking to that guy by the min booth today that he wanted to buy a min booth
because I thought it might get
from Florida.
Yeah, it was kind of his name is Brian.
hold on.
Yeah, but it's good. I mean, like basically he wants to learn. He's eager to learn. He's not going to jump right into it. I'm going to buy it all out, all in one thing. He's like, he saw the min booth, he liked it, and we explained to him he could just come in, and when he joins the family, we're able to teach him, certain.
Yeah, that's funny. We both walked by Booth Active around the same time for him to catch us like that.
Yeah, and then Timo was like, "Hey, these two are owners."
Yeah.
Yeah, I always prefer to have real owners to give their feedback and let new ones.
You guys weren't at the booth the whole time?
Timo has a lot of help this time. He has a lot of help.
Yeah, he's always trying to help.
But I was exploring the sales floor today. I was exploring the exhibit floor, and like I saw a lot of AI stuff. I saw like the GlamBot arms. I saw different enclosures, because I feel like in the last like year or two, we've been getting requests for like the enclosed booths. Like, what do you guys think about those? The ones that you've seen so far, and like, what do you think about like, what are your thoughts about if they end up growing in the next
like old school
5 years? Yes, like what are your thoughts, you guys?
Like I still have my pipe and drape system. I used that as an enclosed option in the past. I mean, it's been years since I've used it.
I'm going to turn off the internet and restart
ever.
it, okay? I'm going to turn off the internet and restart it.
But, I mean, I've seen photos of Casa, and then the one from every booth looks pretty cool.
That's beautiful, man. That booth is beautiful. So, honestly, I use constant lighting on my enclosed booth as well. So, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people try to incorporate the flash, like the Casa has incorporated flash. I felt like that kind of like when we was taking the pictures inside, I felt like it was like a blast in the face kind of thing. I guess settings can be changed, but I don't know. I think enclosed booths are so.
Yes. I think the enclosed booths are going to come back, and if they start looking like the every booth one, I'm excited to see that part of it come back.
Really?
If they're looking like
that,
that's
gorgeous.
I'm excited because
wait.
what
I
every booth did to it.
Yes, I'm not excited
I wasn't
about
expecting it.
I'm not excited about that because I don't want, honestly, I dread mirrors, and these enclosed booths are even heavier than mirrors. They're more substantial.
Yeah,
so
you need to get like a box truck for one.
Well, yeah, I mean, like if they do come in full force where people start really like being serious about booking them, that's not something that I'm looking forward to. I feel like it is inevitable it's going to happen, but I'm not looking forward to like hauling in like a 400-pound enclosed booth. It's a beautiful booth. Right. The photos that I got from it with that filter that they have that matches, like it's like similar to like the Booth by Bryant filter, that vintage filter, gorgeous. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to be hauling in a 400, 300-pound, 200-pound, 150-pound.
Come on, Lat. Does anyone know how it breaks down for, Lat?
It's beautiful.
That's what employees are for.
Look, the way I look at it, if it looks like it takes a lot of effort to put it together and to deal with it,
fewer people are going to be getting on board.
That's where, fewer people are going to be getting on board, and that's where the money comes in, because you'll be able to charge.
That's true, but I want those people that don't want to be on board.
Yeah, and they'll see. I'm just saying, they'll see that.
Who don't want to be on board.
Look, I didn't even want to. But because I saw that one.
You guys were like telling me I'm crazy, right? Getting mine, and then I'm like, I have one, and it goes out. You just got to get the right people to do it. You got to put that in your budget. That's it. Be like, hey, transporting budget. Yeah, that's it.
How do you haul yours, Billy? How do you haul yours?
I hire a trucking company. Yeah. So it's easy. I mean, you got to throw in the budget. And also, they need it wrapped, right? I hired a company to come in and do the wrapping, too.
Yeah.
Yep. The company's name is Men.
Well, I don't know. Maybe next time.
That was such a shameless plug.
I know.
Photo booth 3D.
How do you do that? Where do you get that one from? But Min is actually going to print a vinyl for me, a sticker for me. We're still working out the kinks. For an event that's coming up. I mean, hopefully, I wanted to ask them on the side, but hopefully the print is big enough to print what they want.
We'll see, bro. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know until I get the file in front of me, and then we just start, shooting it out, printing it out, and whatnot. But dang, there hasn't been something that's been that's been at PBX where I'm like, I don't care what it costs, I'm gonna buy it. Has that happened to you guys?
Been,
like that hasn't happened to me in a long time.
Yeah.
Until...
I just saw photos. I mean, so I'm sure you guys, it's probably
the photos
even
don't do
more
it justice at all. Yeah. Yeah. We saw photos before and I thought, yeah, that looks pretty nice. But when I walked into the showroom, I was drawn straight to it. It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
So the end caps, is it just like what is it?
They're panels. They're panels with backlighting.
Yeah, so they're like fabric.
Like
fabric panels, yeah.
Fabric, okay, yeah.
So fabric that you can get custom printed cuts.
Right, yeah. And on the side, it looks like mirrors in the photos, but they're actually screens.
I'm surprised that we don't see more like studio booth setups because I feel like a lot of us are like, I've been moving that direction. Me and Jason have been moving that direction. I saw a really nice, really clean setup in the back corner. I'm trying to remember what that company name is called.
There's nothing to sell with that though.
No, they have like a gorgeous stand. It's a beautiful stand that's super clean. I'm trying to remember what the company's name was. It's in the far back in the left. Did anybody see it?
Could be, since people don't know what camera they're using, they might not even know how to set up studio lighting setting, right?
No, but I
think that would be a good thing for them to sell. Like,
well, they are selling it. I'm just trying to remember like the name of that company. They're in the far corner. It's a really clean. It's kind of like a C-stand, but way more clean setup and like mounting battery operated. They told me.
What, they're there today
at the show floor?
Photo booth. I think they're called photo booth engineers. They're run by Smile. You guys know Smile Booth and
Oh yeah, I just talked to them.
Yeah.
They're selling their software now.
Yeah, I haven't got to see their software. I just tested their booth, but you see.
And Lap, they said their software is better than Snappic, Breeze, and everything that's out there. Like way beyond.
Yeah, they said that the husband is the one writing the software. Yeah, so I'm excited to see that. And they're like hidden. They're hidden in the back corner, but man, their setup for that photography studio, super clean. I'm just trying to remember what their company is called.
Yeah, photo booth engineers. That's what they're called.
Photo booth engineer.
Yeah, you literally said it. Photo booth engineers.
That was my guess. You guys. That wasn't me actually remembering that. Yeah.
They were the last persons I talked to before I left.
Yeah, I
saw a company. You saw a company called Photo Booth MacGyver.
Idiot.
That's adorable.
Yo, if I shared his secret how his banners are put together at this PBX, you'd be surprised.
So do you guys see AI being big? Like, I feel like there's a push for AI in our industry. Do you guys see it moving bigger?
Man, Billy likes that AI, and I on some of it I could see it being used, but I'm at like a 20% that I wouldn't use it too much. The only thing that I would use is background removal. That's as much as I could do it, but it's controllable to a certain point, but I need 100% control over it. Like, I can't have a guy with 6 fingers. I did AI where it turned Priscilla and made her look like my little brother. Did I show y'all the photo? Like, no. It was so bad. I'm gonna show it to you guys, and y'all gonna laugh. It made me look like David Miller from LAPP.
Yeah,
like it's there, but it's uncontrollable.
It's too unpredictable.
Why I say we need to leave these robots alone because they will take over. Skynet. Hashtag
Skynet. Yeah, that's right. You're talking about it.
That's insane. I don't like that robot. That's like a restaurant. Like, he's bringing you a drink kind of thing, you know?
Right.
Yeah,
like
it's like
a pack meal restaurant robots. This one, I agree.
And then you're getting disappointed because it doesn't have any drinks.
Here we go, like this.
Yeah. No, see, I don't get it because you still need somebody there to control it. I mean, it's not like you don't.
Yeah, it's somebody there on a remote.
Yeah, that's why to me it doesn't make. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. That's all, you know.
Yeah.
The way it is. Yeah.
But then again, there's clients for everything. So
yeah.
There's a niche. Yeah,
there's clients for everything.
Somebody will pay for it.
Steve,
go. The only place to get it.
The only place. Yeah.
I don't get it just from Steve.
Yeah.
I support local business. Small
Yeah, so make sure to
business.
stop by at their
Steve,
booth. Pick up some extra rolls of
honestly,
media.
I spread it out. All right, I spread it out between Tammy,
If there's any.
Spider, Jason.
Photo Club, and Steve. I spread it all out because
Yeah.
Who's local to you? And
Who's your provider?
Eh? What the heck?
Steve is in
My provider?
Dallas. So
Was that Jason?
Yeah. Steve is local to me. Well, not local, but he's in Texas.
Yeah, like
then
an inception thing going on.
I like to support Tammy because she's just a one man team.
Yeah. I mean, no, I support. I found a local company in Philly. I can't say it's local, but it's closer to me, and he's smaller. I feel like and he gives me great prices. I mean, so I'm gonna support him. You know, why not?
Yeah, but I feel like having
right. I bought some from that guy too.
I feel like having those vendor relations really matters, especially when there's like a shortage, which we've seen twice already in the past few years.
Yeah.
Having those strong.
Have you guys ever
to the bar?
any issues? I mean, you're able to get it because we have the relationship with the vendors, and
To the bar.
they'll be like you're first. Yeah, you're first in line. You can get it.
Yeah, because I know
we call.
Eh?
Yeah, just call, and he's like, "Yeah, I could send you a few, whatever."
Yeah,
so
because I've seen that been brought up online where you could they're like, "Oh yeah, we could buy it on Amazon," or what's the other one that other New York company?
Adorama.
Yeah, but you don't have that vendor relation. It's so valuable when those moments come up that you need.
Have you guys been to the B&H photo booth? Not photo booth, but
in New York, booth? The store?
No.
They
They're
have a
here
booth.
on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't see them.
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see them either. I saw their flyer, and
by these
Rob said
they're by the back
that
wall.
they're there.
Oh, they're in the they're in the way back.
They're in the back wall. Yeah.
I'm
They're on the back right.
Did anyone
guess.
go to the showroom? I hear Rob say there's a showroom, but I haven't been over there.
Showroom? Yeah,
I haven't.
Weren't we just in the showroom selling our stuff?
No, not the exhibit hall. He said there's like 3 other showrooms where there's things set up.
What?
What?
I love
I didn't know about
Amsterdam.
that.
You know what?
That's what
where
he
you
keeps
collect your
announcing.
badges should be to the left.
Yeah, you need to get us some more info on that because I'd like to go look.
Yeah, I want to see what's going on.
So
It's
what
about
are
packed.
you guys? So you guys have all been working the sales exhibit floor for the last 2 days. What's a common question that you guys are getting from people who are new into industry what are their biggest concerns that you feel you keep hearing from people? Are people more focused on software, hardware, education? What are you guys seeing from yours?
Actually, what's been coming? Everything, the camera, the thing. I'm like, no, So I'm like, why would you want to buy something like that? Stuff in there, So
Most people seem to want to have an easy entrance.
Yeah,
they
want an easy
seem
entrance.
to prefer to have everything like a one-stop shop. So I've been trying to educate them what the advantages are from buying your own equipment and also installing it yourself, so that you know what you're doing. And
as you should,
right? And
What are the
They don't
what are
want
the
actually
what are,
learn
what are
education.
the
how to
They
set
just
it up.
want you to take their money.
what?
see that's the
You
difference.
know me that I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's the difference between a lot of these vendors. Like Men Booth, whenever I started selling them a long time ago, I would never sell with all the stuff in it. I always want you to put your shit into it so that you know how
what's
to.
the advantage of it?
fix.
What's the disadvantage of buying a turnkey photo booth? Because I've never bought a turnkey photo booth. I've always done
you don't
one that I had to
understand
build out.
all the equipment.
Yeah, you're not going to understand how to install the stuff. You're not going to understand how to take it apart if something needs to be replaced. I think them doing that makes them not to want to learn about what camera they have in their photo booth.
You feel like it dumbs it down for them? It dumbs it down
exactly.
for them?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but it makes it a disadvantage for the owner when they do that.
Because then they don't know what backup equipment to order. They don't know how to replace. They don't know what a USB cable is, maybe.
For a min booth, when I buy the stuff, I can easily just buy 2 of everything. But for those turnkeys, sometimes you don't even know exactly what product they have in there. It's so proprietary sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to
That's
make
true.
it goes back to that last episode that we did. Get rich quick. That's what the turnkey is. Everyone is selling it as turnkey and make their way with a $3,000 investment.
You're sitting next to Timo.
Mute Timo.
One of y'all have to mute when you talk.
Yeah, you got mute Timo. Yeah,
All
there
right,
you go.
maybe
There you
Timo. He went to the bar to get us drinks anyways.
I'm
You know
coming.
what? I'm gonna get drinks still.
I'm in the
On
wrong
the way.
spot.
On the way.
I was just saying with that last episode we did with the Get Rich Quicks, like all these companies selling that lie, and a lot of that comes from the turnkey. You know, that's part of the week. I saw recently someone saying with this $3,000 investment you'll make more per hour than a doctor, and you know it's just bullshit.
That's bullshit. It's like, because basically how I learned my stuff, like if a cable is wrong, you know where to take apart this cable because you're the one who installed it. So you know exactly what you need as a backup, or you're going to buy a better cable of this one. You know, that's why instead of turnkey, you don't know if a cable's nicked or something like that, or it's bad. You have, when you build it yourself, at least you know how to break it down. Hey, let's start from here. Like, let's, one by one kind of thing. Turnkey, you're going to be like, oh, let's reboot.
I feel like the common misconception for like people who are new to the industry, and we're not trying to attack anybody new. It's just more of like hoping that if you are new to the industry, there's like some misconceptions where there's a lot of people who think you literally can just buy a photo booth and just have it sit there and just start making money. There's no there's so much tech support. There's so much like things that will come up. Always something small. A camera cable might be loose. A trigger might be not functional. You might have to replace it. So it's the common misconception is like, this is really easy to get into. You just buy a booth and, you can start slinging rentals like nothing. Like, that's what I hear a lot, and
I mean, it is 100%. It's easy to get in.
It's easy to buy the equipment, but it's not easy to survive that first year of events. Like most people that make, so like when I was on the exhibit floor today, anybody who was like, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 2 years. Wow, congratulations. Like you actually, like I'm shaking their hand because most people can't survive past that first 1 year mark. Like at 1 year, they're usually, selling off their equipment because they didn't prepare themselves for how much work this actually is, right? Like Sean, you introduce yourself as the only part-time boother, but you talk about booths, we talk shop with you the same as, every day. So even though you're part-time, you're not really part-time. You're like part-time, full-timer, right? There's no such thing as a part-time boother. Like I want to...
The things that like, I do boothing, I guess, physically part-time, but, boothing is in my head full-time. Every day.
Yeah.
It's the wheels are always churning in my head. Like, what can I do better? Like what's new? What do I need to buy? What do I need to learn? I mean, photo boothing is like, you have to have all that continuing education, just to learn new things, new products, new techniques, new trends. There's a lot. That's why,
you're going full-time soon. Don't worry. You're going full-time soon.
Yeah,
no, bro.
I can't say. Bro. My boss is maybe watching this, so we gotta
on for up until the end of 2023. So now I feel like there are pressures of going full time because now you mentioned the benefits. It's $24,000 a year for healthcare for you and your family. So that's a big job itself. So you got to make that.
To matches my HSA contributions, or they add money in there for me. They match my 100% of my K contributions up to 6%. It's a lot to walk away from, and that's why it's been so hard for me to jump ship.
Yeah, I retired from the Air Force and had to go full time right away.
Over here at KeelPix, we match our contributions too.
Nothing.
we match your blackjack bet. We match. There's a lot of travel time, a lot of you get
mandatory
to see
travel. The mandatory travel.
If anybody listening, if y'all want to do this traveling thing, it is not for everybody. Okay, it's not glamorous.
Man.
Billy just started traveling outside, and tell him, Billy.
No.
You like, I've been doing this for almost like what? I've been doing photo boothing for about 13 years and about 8 years of it, I'm traveling, and it is not as glamorous as people say. Within 1 year, you'll see that it is not glamorous.
Yeah. So basically, I asked for it, and then
Yep, you
after
got
I
it.
quit my job, it was tons of traveling. Even just this February, it was insane, and everybody thinks, oh, it's so dope, it's so fun to do, but when you're lugging equipment around and it to yourself,
Yeah, or you
like,
deal
you know
with
what,
lost luggage.
thank God
Side
I'm
pads,
knocking on
lost
wood.
cameras.
I'm knocking on wood, and that doesn't happen to me because I still got stuff coming up.
what trips me out is you guys
Yeah.
like traveling between time zones and back, like within 2-3 days. Like one
Yeah.
day you guys are on the West Coast, next day you're on the East Coast, and you guys make it seem so effortless. But when I travel, I have like Nino jet lag. I can't even imagine doing that,
That's
traveling
mostly
throughout
Min
the
though,
week for
because he
like
can sleep
3.
everywhere and anytime.
I'm a narcissist. I mean, I'm not. I'm a what's it called when you
I don't know.
narcolepsy?
Narcoleptic.
Is that what it's called?
Narcolepsy. Yeah,
Yeah.
narcoleptic.
Weird. And then you snap out of it like nothing. It's like you never
Yeah.
fell asleep. So it's like I wouldn't be able to travel like that, you know. And besides that, like when you have family, it's even harder. Like I have 2 kids, that'd be really tough for me, you know, just being able to
Yeah.
coordinate that. Yeah.
It
Well,
does
he's a
suck,
grandpa.
and
does it.
there's a lot of cost and expense in doing that as well. Like I charge my clients even more, just almost like anywhere between 12 to 2,600 more than what we charge them, just because they want us out there. So it does. There's a lot of expense that I have just in travel alone. That's what my bookkeeper said. She's like, man, where the fuck are you going? Because it looks ridiculous. Like, it's
Little
Amazon.
Gary.
Oh, dude,
Yeah, travel is crazy. It's just I don't
On
know if
the-
I want to keep
we're
on
both
doing it
here
or
on
not.
the same chair. Yeah,
Ebo,
yes.
you need to put it on mute if you're talking outside, bro.
Sorry. People are coming by.
Everybody hearing all your
A popular man.
conversation.
But there's a lot
The
of
guys,
new people.
the
So
guys
many
for,
new
guys
people
from
at
Glenmore are
PBX.
here too.
It's wild.
Yeah, there's a lot of new people. That's basically why the showroom
people.
floor was so packed. Yeah, these are just really like first time comers and stuff like that. That's why we're getting all that question. Hey, do you sell it with everything inside? Why? Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, they don't understand it because they're looking at the guac. I don't know if I should mention, but they're saying that they want a full setup right away, and then I mean that's basically the company that they will go to and turn to because that's what they have. Which I mean I respect totally. You know, if people want to go that route, but for us, I guess we're old school. Is that what we're
Yeah.
called? We're old school.
Yeah, we're old
Yeah,
school. We kind of taught
I don't know
ourselves.
if you
in a
want to
way.
say,
Yeah.
we did teach ourselves, but I wouldn't call it old school. I just think
Yeah.
like I want to be in control of like the equipment that I'm using, the software I'm using, how everything's configured. Like I want to know how the camera is connected to the computer. Like I don't think that's old
Yeah.
school. That's just me wanting
We're
to be on
OGs
top of.
more.
I want to be on top of like what
OGs.
I do, and I want to know how everything functions, you know, like just because it functions
Yeah.
doesn't mean that's good enough, because when something goes bad, it's always going to be live during event. You want to know how you can quickly change stuff out, because it happens all the time with me,
Yes. Well,
It never
I
fails.
mean, coming into this too, new people, they don't know what to ask. So, that's also kind of hard for them too, because, like,
Yeah.
how are they going to know about, like, what kind of cable goes here? They don't know what to ask. So there should
Well,
be
I
some
mean-
type of mentorship
Yeah.
that should be like some kind of service mentorship. Because
it
frankly,
happens.
I'm tired of giving out free mentorship. Bro, my voice hurt just talking on the floor. And surprisingly,
That's
a
what
lot
happened
of
to me
these new
yesterday.
people, they know who I am, and they start asking me questions. I'm just talking on the floor with them for hours and hours. Not hours, but like minutes and minutes.
Dang, yeah. I was
But
gonna say hours.
it's
For more
surprising.
hours and hours.
It's surprising that they actually know who I am, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's one of the
Everybody
benefits
knows you,
of
man.
doing the
Men's a
podcast.
celebrity. That's why.
we don't have to like keep repeating ourselves. If there's a question that we've already answered, we can just drop a link instead of typing it all
Yeah.
out again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
stopped
that's what
being
I-
a dick
That's
on those
what the
replies.
search function's for.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I
On
wanna
the
s-
other
I
hand, what
think-
I think is important is to make the real life connection flow, and connect with the people, give them some advice, and help them out, get started. I think that's important.
That's true.
Much better than
Yeah,
just sending them a link like, oh yeah, here, look this up.
that's
Of course,
not true,
it's
Timo,
repetitive
because
for us. but
Yeah,
it's
like imagine if you guys you gotta share the same story
I do it all day
every
long.
single day. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's hard.
But it's always different people, right? So
yeah,
if they
Different
have
people,
that
same story.
interest, then I give them the honest answer. And if it's always the same, because it is, then of course you will keep it.
your answers
It's
are
true. That's
short
true.
because my answers are so long-winded. Like I just can't, like I would love to help, you know, anybody who reaches out, but we also are running businesses. We also have families. And I don't even have a life. I don't even have a life, you guys. Like I don't even, you know what I mean? Like I have to get my stuff together too. And I think like a mentorship program would be awesome, because
Yeah.
the knowledge that you have, even though you want to help people, you can't just that can't be your full-time job. And that's easy. It's easy for it to be our full-time job because of all the knowledge that we have. But I think the podcast,
really at every level too, not just the newcomers. Like I could certainly use a mentor where I'm at. I mean, there's always someone above you that could help you.
Of course.
Yeah, yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
And we're always learning. We always have to keep learning.
Yes.
I
You
feel
know,
like-
just to stay
like
ahead of the game.
Peyton was someone who some years ago was starting that, no? With his educational group, where he had the different videos.
I thought he was starting something like that, right?
Yeah.
I thought he was doing something like that.
But
Yeah,
he's white label
years ago,
experts
though.
now.
Peyton?
Yep.
I think he kind of
Peyton
rolled that
Vincent.
into the white label company. I think, all those training programs, I think they're like,
But it was a great
Tools
idea,
available.
but people wouldn't take
Yeah.
advantage of it too much, right?
Yep.
Because a lot of times people also don't want to spend the money for a mentor because they think like, oh, I can do that myself, and it's just a photo booth.
Yeah.
It just takes pictures, right? Like, what's so hard about it? That's what you get from these people who attend weddings, see a photo booth, they're like, oh, that's a great business. I can make money with that.
Yeah.
And then
I was setting up at a school the other day, and one of the parents came up. He's like, "What software are you using there?" Like, he knew what was going on, right? Because I was like, Breeze. And he's like, "Oh yeah, Breeze. I was researching. My son's school wanted a photo booth for prom, but they can't afford one, so I was trying to build one for them, put one together for them." And then he said that once he started looking at all the software, he was shocked at the cost that he had to pay for everything. So. And
Breeze is only like
he didn't know what to
$200
do.
though.
And then he failed first year.
I mean, that was just the software. You're not even considering everything else.
Yeah.
So
No, but I see that a lot. Like I see people that like set up photo booths at the schools, and the event is like 2 hours, and the school convinced them to like do it for free, and then these photo booth companies think it's so easy, and they end up spending the entire 2-hour event trying to just set it up and get it going. Like it's people just aren't prepared to. They're not prepared for what they're getting into. I mean, I wasn't either. And I've been lucky to get as far as I am today.
We talked about this. It was just supposed to be a hobby.
supposed to be
It
a
I
was.
just wanted one for my wedding. That was it.
That's funny.
No, I know. Look where we're at now. It's so wild. 13, 11 years later.
Yeah.
And nobody
Full
would
time.
we never would imagine any of this.
Yeah.
So I was-
we still do mentorship within the Men Booth group. Like anybody that
do
buys
that.
a Men Booth, I'll help you all day long. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Because you're
Yeah.
investing in something that I built. Timo does
Exactly.
it too. I know Timo helps a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm already
Timo, you
texting
sound
both of
patient.
you remotely on the next window.
I mean, Jason's already asking you guys questions right now.
Yeah, your phone's gonna start blowing up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a new business venture that comes out of this
Right.
podcast, guys. Mentorship.
Yeah,
Mentorship.
I mean that's what. I mean they could do the same
you know,
thing with Catalina.
We'll have tiers,
Catalina does
you
it.
pay
Yeah.
more,
Yeah,
you
you
get
pull like
men,
a
you pay
pyramid.
less, you get billing. I'm just kidding.
Or it's like a pyramid. Everyone has someone above them, right? So just pyramid it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, Catalina has her thing. You're right. She does a lot of.
Catalina.
I don't
I'm
know how
only
in
in if
depth
we also
it
do
is.
retreats.
I don't know how Speaking in of depth Catalina- Catalina's thing is though. Does anybody know she has a show special? I want to sign up for her thing, but I didn't see anything about a show special.
No,
That's
go
email, I
talk
thought.
to her.
I
Yeah,
thought I got
also-
an email
Wasn't
about
she
it.
helping
I
at
only saw
PBX
Catalina
Yo?
very briefly, so
I tried to stop by a couple times, but you know how it is. Like just a lot of people. She's been buried with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Very
like
busy.
photo booth marketing has, I feel like they mentor their members. Photo booth marketing, Catalina, I've heard great things about her program. Yeah, it's
I
definitely
mean,
meant.
Ursula and them, yeah.
Yeah, PBM. Like I hear great things about, their mentorship program. I think they have a mentorship program, or like they all support each other. Like they all have their own group that they, bounce ideas off of and talk business and talk shop.
Like, it's like us. We have our own thing. We, like, basically without you guys, I wouldn't have been full time, right?
Damn
So
right.
from part time to full time.
Damn right.
And I consider that mentorship. You guys pulled me the way towards that direction. It worked out. Now we're just trying to pull Sean. Good luck.
I just sent you. I just sent you Cat's price, PBX prices there, Jason.
Where did you send them to?
To the group chat.
I think it's really important, not just like if you could find a
you
mentor,
go.
but I think it's really important to have. Like some people around you, like finding your tribe. I know that's not really like a guy term, but like finding your people. Like you should surround yourself with people who understand your struggle, who are open to talking shop with you every single day. I feel like that's important because what we do. Yeah, support system. I mean, your family probably, they are going to support you as well. But when you're not in the business, it's a whole different conversation. It's a whole different type of support when you have people in the industry or like event folks that, are there to support you, because there's going to be moments during the struggle. And I feel like all of us have had these moments where we're just like, oh my God, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. And, having the right people around you, they'll like kick you in the butt, like, Lap, shut up. Like, you're done. Oh gosh. Like you need those people there. Sorry, I just kicked my phone off the stand. You need those people there to like keep cheering you on, because you're going to have moments where you're just like, you just want to give up. Because sometimes during this path, if for anybody wondering, this is not an easy path. It's not like you just go by a booth and then suddenly you just blow up like Min, or you blow up like Billy or whatever, or Jason, like, it doesn't happen like that. It literally doesn't. You go through ups and downs. You have highs and then you have extreme lows. And having a strong support system, friends around you to like keep you pushing, keep you grinding, keep you going. And I feel like PBX rejuvenates a lot of us too, right? Because we all struggle through how crazy December.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
I'm
about
a
walking
now.
experiment, right? I lived it. I had the downs to where I retired and quit. I sold my equipment.
Oh my God, don't remind us. Don't remind us.
remember.
I went to PPX and I hung out with you guys.
Yeah.
Talked more.
I
And
remember that too.
I come back like stronger than ever.
Yeah, there you go.
And now you're more in debt.
More in debt.
Exactly.
No, Sean's a very good money manager. I know that for sure. He's not in debt.
I know.
No, so when Sean was ready to when Sean started thinking he wanted to sell off his booth, we talked him into staying, and then it was like right then that he started growing after that, like 6 months after that, right, Sean? Like we started seeing hella
But
crazy
I
growth
actually
after
did
that.
end up selling some equipment. I did end up selling some equipment, and then I had to go buy it back from Timo.
There's this quote that says
Seems like it's time to retire.
But there's this quote about like, people who are trying, the ones who make it, they're the ones who have the staying power to last and survive that like hardest part, because right before you're about to make it or blow up or whatever, that's where most people drop off. So having like a great support system around you just ensures that you're pushing forward beyond that moment. That's, like an uphill battle. And that hardest moment is where you struggle, and most people fall off on that if you don't have the right support system. Like, I know I've had that moment a few times, and looking back, I'm just so thankful for like all the connections and all the people that I've surrounded myself with in our industry. And I love that we all support each other, like I love it.
Yeah. What would you say is your number one tip for like newcomers coming in? What's the number one thing they should do? Billy,
Learn the very basics of photography. I'm sorry.
Your name's not Billy.
For me, I think just know what you're getting yourself into. Like, really do your research, because it's not easy to. If you think you're gonna make money just coming in here, it's not just, you can't just buy a book. Hey, I'm gonna make money out of it. I mean, you want to do this long term, or you're just trying to be a weekend warrior and get a good dollar out of everything, right? But
Got it.
you can't do that. I mean, that's how I feel. Like, you have to do research. how far you want to take it. What is your projected? How do you project your business to be? You know, are you building a business
plan?
Yeah.
Your business plan.
Yeah,
business plan.
Your business plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, yeah, business plan. All right, Sean,
Yeah.
what do you think? What should they do if they get into the business, newcomers?
Well, what you should not do, this is what I did. I jumped into it with buying equipment first.
Yeah.
That's not what you want to do, because you're going to buy these equipment. Like, for me, I guess it was different because I come up from a photography background, and also I'm in IT. I know computers. So I bought the equipment and I learned it. But then if you are somebody that doesn't have any photography background or computer experience, I suggest that you seek out like mentors or people, somebody that you can get talk to, see what their experiences have been like, or and see what's available out there before you start buying a bunch of different equipment and then fail at it because you I don't know. I mean, what am I trying to say?
Research.
Yeah, do your research first before you start buying shit.
So
it's bad.
So yours is not buy the equipment, but research what you do. All right. What about you, Jason? What's your number one?
Are we trying to
gotta
skip
fall
Timo
back on the very
purposely?
basics. Going to the very basics of a business plan, even if it's just the general outline, even if you're using like ChatGPT to help you through it. I'm sure Chat will ask you the right questions. Like, too many people get into this not understanding who their competitors are, what their market is, where their pricing needs to be. They see people like men that's making tons of money and they just say, oh yeah, I want to do corporate, understanding what that even means.
Yeah.
Where they should, most of the time they should be doing backyard parties for, 6 months just to learn the equipment and troubleshoot and figure things out and fail a few times before they, start burning those bridges of trying to be ultra successful. Trying to buy the dream. Got it. Timo, what about you?
Now, wait, what about lap?
Well, we got to go through everybody.
Why are Timo?
Well, my point is still the same. Learn the very basics of photography. Know what aperture is for, shutter speed, what it does, how everything interacts with the ISO as well, color temperature, how to set it, why. And
what if you're just doing an iPad booth? Just straight up iPad camera on
It's
auto.
the same thing.
Do you need to know?
You can still
It's the same
manipulate the
thing.
settings there, right?
Yeah,
No,
there's still
it's
settings.
If
that
you do
should
it
be
right
using that.
and you're having a min boost, you have the mirrorless camera connected to your iPad, and then you gotta know it again.
I mean, what if I just, I just have an iPad? I guess, like, for me, like, on an iPad.
You wanted to retire, so.
I feel like if you know lighting with a camera, you're gonna know lighting with an iPad.
Yeah.
It just makes your job
one and the
easier.
same. Yeah, it makes your job easier because you're learning something more advanced.
I guess it makes sense. I guess because you do see some people with 360s on an iPhone, iPad that they can't figure out the shutter speed correctly.
Yeah.
And then you see.
And video is a little different than photo, right? So that's another thing. But do some research there. Maybe go to the community college and take a class or so, right?
Yeah.
Watch some YouTube videos, but learn some of the basics.
Timo's talking about equipment knowledge. Learn your equipment. What about you, Lap? What's your number one thing?
I feel like my number one thing is your mindset, because all of that ties into your mindset. Like, if you really are in it to win it, then you will do all that it takes, whatever it takes. You'll learn photography, you'll learn software, you'll research, your market, you'll research pricing, you'll invest in the education, you'll take time to listen to like podcasts like this where you're all in. So I feel like the biggest advice I have for everybody is your mindset. Like, and you got to really believe in yourself. Cause one of my biggest challenges, I keep bringing this up on the podcast. One of my biggest challenges was when I was new, even though it was a hobby, in my mind, I set a certain price what I thought a photo booth was worth. And I set my own invisible glass seal. I can sell this to my client for this price, right? And it's not that you can't, it's just you're telling yourself, if you're telling yourself you can, you don't believe that you're worth this price, how the heck is your client going to think you're worth this price if you don't even believe you're worth this price? So I
think you had that conversation with me.
I probably did. So I feel like mindset is the biggest thing. Like, change how you perceive things, change how you think about our industry, and that will change and transform your business, because that's how I transformed my business. I went from budget provider to where I'm at now, changing my mindset. And that was because I surrounded myself around the right people.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
So basically, get that hustle in you.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was right because basically I was able to say, hey, let's try to charge more, right? Because I had the invisible window too. So, I mean, there was a point where I was like, hey, let me just lay it out, like stick a shock, right? They said yes. So I was like, hey, wait, this works. Let's keep going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
So my number
So
one
far, so good.
thing is a very important thing that I think everybody should be doing. And that is creating that support system that you just talked about, where you have friends that will help you, that you help each other get better into the business. Because you're going to have questions. They're going to have questions. And you guys are going to figure it out together. And together, you guys will push each other to do better. That's really what it is. Like, I wouldn't have gone full time had it been for Shay. That's right. So Shay, me and him talked a lot, and he pushed me to go full time and to do what I do. And then you guys, same thing. So that's
why I
my
mentioned
number one thing.
you did that to me.
Yeah,
You guys did that to me.
Exactly, and that's kind of, you have to have that support system, because you can't talk to this stuff about with your spouse. They're like, when I talked to Priscilla about a photo booth, being a photo booth, she thought it was like, what? How do you make money doing that? Right? They don't understand. You got to talk to other people that understand. Right? You got to have that support system. So
I agree.
So I think like your mental health in that is what's going to help you out a lot. So
in the long run.
Yes.
But not,
So
not
I think
only
that's
that,
a really
but
big thing.
not only that, but having your people, there might be something that I can see that like Billy might not see, that Sean might see. And then you're able to, what you're saying, like together, it's always, one mind is never going to be better than having multiple minds on a project, right? But except this is not a project. This is all of our businesses. But all the minds together, like you're always going to come up with a lot more creative ideas. You're going to have different approaches and different viewpoints on the same topic. So that broadens like your horizon, I feel like, and that helps us a lot too.
And it
But
happens
that's only
at any
because
point. Like,
we're all. I'm sorry. We're all basically we take each other's opinions very, like we take criticism from each other. That's open to it,
Yeah.
Because if you're not open to it, you'll be stubborn to it. Then you'll be. I was about to curse.
The great thing is like we all have
all day long.
thick skin with each other,
Yeah. Nobody's sensitive.
Yeah, nobody's sensitive. Sorry, Timo, you go ahead.
Yeah, so with that support group or some friends you can contact and reach out to when you have like a little problem or so, I think that's very important too. Like Min said, like a couple of years ago, I think it was like 2 years ago, right? We were setting up for an event. Everything was tested before. Everything is great. And then, like 5 minutes before the event, all of a sudden, the whole activation is kind of messed up. And there is some files popping up that don't belong there. And I was trying to figure it out and couldn't think right. And I text Lab, and she's like, "Oh, that kind of looks like something got accidentally dropped in that folder." And she was absolutely right? But
That's crazy. I don't
maybe-
even remember that too.
yeah, but me being in that situation, being stressed out, trying to get it started at the time, nothing works anymore, So I was really glad to have her and be able to ask her, like, "Hey, have you ever had this problem?" And she's like, "Yeah, looks like this and that." And I check it, and that was exactly what it was.
Yeah, like
that's
two images
important.
laying on top of each
Incidentally-
other.
So, and I've been a photographer for 25 years now, right? And photo boothing also for many, many years, not that long, but still, it happens.
Yeah,
So it's very
stuff
important
comes
to
up.
have good friends who you can reach out to and get some help from when needed.
One of my favorite things is about the support system is one of us could be driving to our event and we'll just send a text to each other. It's like, "Hey, I just realized I forgot to update something and I need an
I
overlay."
feel like I do that a lot.
And like, I mean,
Need a
like
quick
I have had
overlay,
to do
who's
it
buying
too,
a computer?
I'm being a
Yeah,
chat.
exactly. That's one of my favorite things about the support system is just having somebody or a group of people you can depend on that would just, drop
Got
whatever
you.
they're doing and get to a computer. and whether it's like logging into your SnapPick account and making some changes to your text language or whatever, but just it's so nice. Like I think I'm getting a tear just talking about it. I love
you
it.
sound like it.
We love you too, Sean.
I appreciate
Love
you
you.
guys. Yeah.
And I think the other thing that I want to talk about is like, I feel like you should be surrounding yourself with people that you aspire to want to be, like people who are better than you. Like there's this thing about like, you're the average of the 5 people that you surround yourself with, right? The 5 closest people. So if you want to be better at this, you have to be hanging out with people who you aspire to be so that you can level up to them. Like when I first started, I definitely was not where I am today. And the reason why I'm where I'm today is because, the people that are around me are all so amazing at what they do, so creative. I mean, you all have talents. And it just makes me feel like, man, I gotta step up. I can't be hanging out with these guys if I'm, operating at this level and everybody's up here. So it pushes you to like achieve more, do more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Agreed.
It's very
100%.
true.
I think I pushed Billy and Sean on traveling. And that's why y'all started doing it all over the place now.
Man.
Yeah, I can't be traveling. I'm not. That will never be my business model. I just can't.
I've
No,
warned y'all.
I mean, I appreciate when you flew to Oregon to help me out. I mean, that was
There
like,
was nothing to do there either, man.
It's raining or something, right?
And I was thinking it was a big city that could do a lot of stuff. Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Nothing. You can cut grass. That's about it.
what? No, we're talking about Oregon, not Lincoln.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, true.
And you cut grass.
I was talking about
Well,
Lincoln.
you
right
say
now,
no. You
Sean
can,
has,
he has
you
a
can
John
strip snow
Deere.
now, though.
He has a little John Deere, sitting on it, and mowing his lawn.
No, I
it
pushed
looks
my
like
mower,
a golf.
guys.
It looks like a golf course, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
All right, we got to wrap this up here.
Yeah,
we got places we got to go.
Yeah, we're wrapping
There's
up.
a lot
Thank
of
you.
parties
Head
here at
over to
PBX. We got to go.
anyone else playing poker?
No, I quit
Yeah.
gambling.
Domino
I'm
is.
4 months
I
sober
wish I was.
gambling.
He already signed in for
Okay.
Texan.
Yeah, I'm
Thank you
gonna go over
guys.
there
Thank
and
you
play
guys for
golf.
joining us.
Yeah, thank you,
having us,
and
guys.
everyone that tunes in later. Give us some feedback. Let us know if you like this. 'Cause we want to do it, at least a couple times a year, maybe quarterly, maybe monthly. Whatever.
Yeah.
If you like this, then we'll bring it in. So let us know.
Questions y'all got?
gonna see you later.
What's your number one priority in being a noob or telling a noob what to do?
Change that
That'd be
mindset.
nice. All right, guys.
Cool.
Howdy.
Thanks, everybody.
Meet y'all at the party.
Peace. Bye.
Bye.
see you there. Bye.
Well, I got balloons.
Later.
Balloons? I don't know.
That.
I don't know. What the?
What are we doing?
I think there was the heart
No,
thing
the
too. Do
balloons
the heart
come
thing.
up. Congrats. Happy birthday. I don't know what I did.
Well, there.
Oh,
I got
wait.
hearts. I got hearts.
What? How'd you do
See
that?
I made a heart.
I
And it came-
I saw the heart.
If it doesn't work,
I saw
like,
the heart.
if you give it a kiss, the hearts will come out. No,
No, that didn't do
Oh, it's
anything.
a heart. Yeah.
What's this?
Okay.
All right. I'm telling Jason doesn't want any of this
All right.
anymore. All right.
We're out.
Bye.
See you guys. See you at the party.
Bye. Leave the apple, but right.
To keep the conversation going, join our Facebook group, Pro Booth Talk Community. If you enjoyed this podcast, consider showing your support by subscribing, liking, reviewing, or sharing this topic with someone in the industry.